one of New Zealand's best-kept secrets. Child abuse. Consider this horrific case, for example. 2 adults and 2 children arrive at a whānau, a family meeting. One of the children, a 4-year-old little boy, had bruises all over his face, an open gash on his forehead and burn marks on his arm and leg. He was severely emaciated and so unwell that he was unable to walk or speak, and was rushed to hospital. Under examination, doctors discovered a list of injuries, including compression fractures to 7 of the little boy's vertebrae, several ribs and his sternum, as well as burn marks from a cigarette lighter, and bleeding over the surface of the boy's brain. He also had thinning hair, wasted buttocks, poor muscle mass, limited fat stores and was severely underweight. He was so psychologically traumatized and shut off, he was unable to express any emotion or utter a single word. 2 women and a man were responsible for the injuries that occurred while the 4-year-old boy lived with them in an overcrowded flat. Originally the little boy was made to sleep on a vinyl floor in the entranceway of the house with a folded-up duvet, a couple of blankets and a pillow. After a couple of weeks, the adults became concerned that members of the public might see the boy sleeping there, so he was moved to the bathtub, where he slept each night with urine-soiled blankets that were never washed. The little boy was not allowed to move from the bathtub for long periods of time. One of the women smacked the boy with so much force in his genital area, it left him with bruising and fractures to both of his front hip bones. He was pinned to the ground multiple times by the same woman who then used her knee and pushed all her weight against him, causing significant bruising and fractures. The man admitted assaulting the boy on several occasions, including forcefully dragging him by his limbs and smacking him with force on his buttocks, causing bruising. He also held a lighter to the 4-year-old boy's feet, leaving burn marks. Often it's not just the act of violently hurting a child, but it's the emotional abuse and neglect that goes alongside it. It has lifelong impacts on the children. Would taxing the wealthy more so that less fortunate adults could have a nice free dry home and more money to spend, actually stop them from committing horrific child abuse? Or would education be a better investment? In reality, would extra money not just end up being spent on more alcohol, cigarettes and drugs, which could make the child abuse problem worse? Thank you for listening. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.